Good morning, evening, and afternoon, guys and gals. So, moving on, OD-EX-3, which is this map. This map is unpleasant. It's unpleasant simply because of one of the enemies you come across, which is these red mark elite infiltrators, which leave these wonderful little shadows. And unfortunately, you can't actually kill or block the main thing until you kill the shadow. So it's a pesky little piece of work. So what we're doing, I'm bringing 2 healers simply because I feel more comfortable having 2 healers. You don't have to, you only need 1. Scavenger and vanilla as usual. 2 tanks, preferably self-healing so they can be a bit more independent. As usual, a AoE guard. So I've just got Stell. Gitano with skill 2 will come in quite handy here. Pinecone with skill 1 because you want to be able to control it. Vermeil I have because of her skill 2, so the Forks or Forks AoE. Acid Drop I have just because of her high damage. It really doesn't matter which of the 2 you pick. 2 skills, they both have obnoxious cooldowns, so yeah, take that as you will. And I have Midnight as well, just because this map can be spaced out a little bit funky, and Midnight does help to sort of work with that. Other than that, I shall show you how to do this. I have had instances where those shadows have ended up like in weird spots where they can't be hit normally, and that does kind of cause some issues, but let's work with this and see where we end up, and hopefully we'll end up in a good spot. So we're going to get our vanguards in first. Here and here. And we're basically going to be operating around this central lane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop Vermeil all the way forward like this. After that, I'm going to pop Acid Drop here. And now we shall start fixing up some of these walls so they don't break on us. And basically we have Vermeil here just to sort of get us started. She's not going to be there the whole time, we will be moving her, but got to start. So we'll fix up all these. And that's basically because we don't want anything trying to sneak through at the back. Moving along, we'll fix up this one, and we have 1 more. And we'll fix up this one. So we're going to pop in Pinecone here facing down. And basically what we want is Acid Drop and Pinecone to be able to attack across each other's areas. We want that good coverage. So here comes our first annoying enemy, right? The red mark, elite infiltrator. Fantastic cretinous thing it is. So we're going to pull out Vermeil and we're going to put in Gitano facing north. After that, we're going to replace our first vanguard with a AoE guard, and then we're just going to do our absolute best to burn that shadow down. So as you saw, Pinecone skills are exclusively used for these guys in this, because what's going to happen is everything's going to drop their pants and start attacking this thing. and it's going to be chaotic and just not fun. So that's why we're putting Pinecone and Acid Drop over the top of one another. It's also why we've got Gitano there, because when we activate Gitano's skill, her skill will just cycle through. So we want this whole area covered with as much AoE damage as we can get. I know Acid Drop isn't AoE, but anyway. Next up, we want a healer. We're going to pop a healer in here. It doesn't matter which way you face them, really. I'm just going to face them back because I'm going to put Midnight here. So what's going to happen sometimes is if one of these guys sneak through, they might end up attacking Midnight, and I really don't want him taking damage. So here comes the next one. Q. Smash that shadow. And now I'll pop in Midnight so he can help out. See, his range just goes one ahead of where Estelle is. Spot goes up the back here. You can move him one forward. It doesn't really matter where you want to. If you're concerned, because you remember that we did drop in Gitano after we dropped in Estelle. So if you're a little bit concerned, you can pop him in there. It's really up to you. It is also safer because these guys take less damage when they're in a sandstorm. They will run up towards these back nodes, so because there's actually a blocker here that keeps them out of the sandstorm, so it's a bit helpful. So here comes our next one, next annoying little fellow. Smash that shadow, and he gets blocked at Estelle. So basically what we're doing though is layering these out, because if that shadow stays alive, he'll just go straight through Estelle. So he's either going to get blocked at Midnight, or subsequently he's going to be blocked at Spot. So we've got those multiple layers of defense. Spot is there to help heal these guys if anything goes a bit funny with them. But primarily, that's why, well, Midnight's there to do extra damage, not so much to block, but he will still block if that shadow goes down, and Spot is our sort of our last line of defense. But we also have Cardigan in case we do need to make an absolute final last stand. So now here is where the waves get really, really funky and not fun, right? As you can see, we've got a whole bunch of nasty enemies, so we're going to pop a stealth skill because we really want those skills going. Shadows up, let's burn that down. So it's gotten through before I could kill it, so Midnight will block that, so we'll activate his skill. Here's our next one. He's going to come straight through without waiting, but everything is more or less cactus through here. So, whoop, wrong one. I want Acid Drop. Boom. So he's down. This second one is dying. I'm not too fussed about it. Midnight will kill it, no dramas. If you do have dramas, just pop a healer skill, no one cares. Here comes the next one. So no it hasn't. I thought it snuck through, so now we have a nasty wave, we have another guy here, so what we're going to do is we are going to wait just a little bit. Just a little bit. There he goes, and now we're going to use Gitano's skill. I'm going to still use Pinecone's skill because I want to make sure that shadow goes down. So it's gotten through to Midnight, but that's okay. Like I said, we're not fussed. Here comes the next one. It's going to comfortably get put out there. Pinecone's skill to get them down. I really want to use Pinecone's skill twice there because I don't want it running through any further. Midnight is not a tank. Don't care what anybody says, that bloke's not a tank. And because this one is in the sandstorm, it will be taking less damage. So here we are, this is where we're at. We don't need to worry about anything anymore. So you go, you go, you go. It's the last one. Do this. And what we're going to do is pull Midnight out, let it run, and we'll just pop in Cardigan here. So it's out of the sandstorm now, so that's what we'll do. And I'm not too sure if I can load up. Yes, I can. Sweet as. So that's it. Nice and simple. As long as you get those shadows down, it's not a drama at all. They only put one shadow down, so you don't need to worry about them constantly casting them out. Just make sure you get that one shadow within a whole bunch of damage dealers, because they will focus target the shadow over other enemies. The problem that you're going to find is that usually those shadows come with a whole bunch of enemies, which is why we're using Pinecone, because Pinecone just doesn't care. She just shoots into the middle of it and everything just sort of goes... So, yeah. Hope that helps, guys. If it does, like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all that sort of jazz. Check out my Twitch. I am a budding YouTuber and Twitch streamer, so all those subscribes and follows and all the rest of it, they all help me grow. So if you like the content, please be sure to do that, and I hope to see you for the next one.